Live. How active are those toes? Applebee's and Mountain Dew. We are ready to do some mowing. I think we'll be ready to do a little long.
Are you telling me that you haven't read our code of conduct?
Robinhood Gold offers one of the highest APYs available. Sign up now and get the first 30 days free.
Alright guys, so I'm going to show you how to change your Xbox screen ratio for your TV. Now it's pretty simple, so first on your controller just press the home button. Then keep pressing the right bumper, go to Profile and System, and go to Settings. Now make sure on General, and go to TV and Display Options. Just on a side note, make sure resolution is the highest possible. Then under Setup, go to Calibrate TV. Now you're going to press Next. Then press Next again. Okay, so now we have aspect ratio and sharpness. Now you notice that you should see this green line on the outside. So there's the blue and green. What you're going to do next is grab your TV remote. Now this will differ by TV model. So for some of them you're going to look for a button that says something like ratio or screen size. Now for my Samsung I have to press the home button. And going to Settings. Now I'm going to press on Picture. So you see under Picture Size Settings it's set to Custom. You see if I set that to 16:9 Standard, for some reason Now I'm going to press on Picture. So you see under Picture Size Settings it's set to Custom. You see if I set that to 16:9 Standard, for some reason the green goes away, but just gonna set it back to Custom. So yeah, you just have to like kind of adjust this stuff. You can adjust the zoom position, but hopefully you won't have to. But yeah, once you're done, just grab your Xbox controller, press Next, and keep pressing Next. I mean, if you want to adjust this stuff, then feel free to. But hey guys, all there is to it. So hope this helped out.
It's time to open up my first pack of the day. All right, Pikachu, I choose you. Here we go. Squirtle, so cute. We got Diglett going into Paris. Rapidash, cool. Oh, Arcanine EX. If you move it around, it has this awesome 3D effect. It looks like the fire is coming right out of the card. You've got to download Pokemon TCG Pocket if you like collecting Pokemon trading cards. You get 2 free packs a day. Good luck.
We just had an absolute bomb dropped on us in the Call of the Wild community with the brand new winter preview show that EW has decided to do this year. In this almost 1 hour video that they have released, they talked about so many incredible things coming to the Hunter Call of the Wild on December 3rd. That's right. Everything you see in this video here and in their video is coming on December 3rd, all at the same time, which is unbelievable. This is going to be the biggest update we've ever got in the Hunter Call of the Wild. A new dog, a new map, 2 new great ones, a new weapon pack, overhaul to the Hunt Club, and so much more. It is going to be a crazy update. So, without any further ado, let's get into it and start talking about each of these items individually. The first thing that they talked about during this preview show was the German short-haired pointer. That's right, we're getting a brand new dog, and this time it's a pointer, a dog that will be able to help us with tracking animals that we haven't already shot. So, that is going to be absolutely huge. It'll be able to find large and small game, flush birds, and point towards an animal that you spot with your binoculars, which is going to be very, very helpful because it can actually keep track of an animal that you have tagged. Now, there was a lot of interesting stuff they mentioned about the German short-haired pointer, so I think for this part of the video, we're actually going to show a clip from that video because it is very, very cool, some of the stuff they talked about, and I feel like they say it better than I ever could.
So, we got a new pointer. Can you tell me a bit about what it does? What does it bring to the table?
Sure, yes. The pointer, as the name suggests, is a pointer. It's a German short-haired pointer, and it points to animals from class 1 to 9, excluding predators of the higher range. So basically, when you're out hunting, you ask the dog, help me find a class 1 animal or a class 2 to 4 animal, and it'll start searching around and find something for you to walk towards. So it's very helpful. Very helpful.
Super cool.
You can also use it to flush the smaller animals, the birds. We also have a cool new feature, which is a spot point. So if you spot an animal with your binoculars, you can tell the dog to track it and it will not lose the scent for it. So even if you miss it, then your dog will help you find it again.
Apart from that, it also has better usage of critical position, which I know some people in the community are confused about. So what critical position does is that when you're tracking towards an animal and the dog is noticing that the tracked animal is getting a bit skittish, maybe about to spook, the dog will go into critical position, you get a little notice, the dog animations changes, and if you see that, then it means basically you need to also be quiet and be more mindful of how you approach. So it helps you hunt more easily or more efficiently if you're aware of what's going on in the surroundings. Apart from that, also during its search process, when it finds an animal, it'll start moving towards the animal, and when it's about 125 meters away from it, it'll start sneaking towards that animal. So it basically is telling you to also be more quiet, be aware of where the animal might be, so you don't mess up and spook it.
Oh, wow.
It will tell you as well if you spook the animal, so it's not able to track animals that are fleeing.
Exactly.
So yeah, it'll tell you that you screwed up.
Wow, that is a lot of really awesome stuff with the German short-haired pointer. This is going to be a really cool dog, and there's one other reason why this is probably going to be one of the best dogs in the game. They have added a brand new feature called the Expert Dog feature, which allows you to teach your dog a second job, like a bloodhound being able to retrieve as well, or a pointer being able to point and track blood. It is going to be crazy to see how versatile these dogs will become. If I'm not mistaken, I believe you do have to own both of the DLCs. So like you have to own the Bloodhound and the German short-haired pointer to teach your pointer to track blood. And you'd have to own the Retriever if you want to teach your Bloodhound to retrieve as well. So yes, you will have to own multiple dogs in order to teach your dog different things. So just keep that in mind. Something else that's very interesting is they have apparently made it so the dogs will now pee and poop. Yeah, you heard me right. The dogs will actually take a break to use the bathroom. And apparently they have made the appropriate animations for female and male dogs. And they mentioned that this was a request of Flinter from years ago. So there you go, Flinter. You got your request. So that right there is the first thing they showed off, and honestly, it's going to be a cool addition to the game. Probably going to be the most useful dog for a player like myself, who in many cases is out there trophy hunting and just trying to get trophies. This is going to be very helpful for multiplayer. You know, you spot something, you don't want it to get away, and you want to make sure that you don't lose track of it. This pointer is going to be a key for that. Next, we have what is probably the biggest or second biggest part of this update. We've got a brand new map. Now, this is not your average map. It is not going to be as big as what we're used to. I believe they said that it's going to be like half the size of a normal Call of the Wild map. But this right here is allowing them to do something that I'm going to talk about later in this video a little bit more thoroughly. But this will essentially allow them to do 2 maps a year once again. A smaller map like this, and then a big map in June, I assume at least. Because it seems like that's what they've done this year. They started off with Sunderpatton in June, and then in December, we're going to get a smaller map, which I think that's a good middle ground, because only 1 map a year was kind of brutal, and even though this isn't going to be a full-size map, it's got some really cool stuff in it that we're going to talk about right now. I don't know how to pronounce this map. It's like Salzwiesen Park, or something like that. They talked about how it's a smaller map based in Germany and made for small game hunters. It includes a skeet range that will allow you to hone your skills and even compete with your friends, as well as a brand new 10 gauge over and under shotgun. The map is also going to be releasing December 3rd, just like the brand new dog. This map is designed to be the best bird hunting map available in the game and includes 2 new species, the Ferruginous duck and gadwall. Waterfowl behavior has also been improved to create a more realistic experience with how the birds land, fly, and everything else relating to their behavior, which is really cool. The map includes upland birds, waterfowl, and small game like foxes and raccoons. Overall, this sounds like it's going to be a cool little small game map, and it will be quite fun, and there is another reason that this will be a really, really fun map. They talked about how we are getting 2 brand new great ones with this update, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe they mentioned that both of them are going to be on this new map, which is going to be incredible. We are going to be getting 2 new great ones, and they're both going to be on this map, which is just insane. And I have a feeling that with this being a smaller map, like they mentioned, it being half the size of a normal map, it'll probably be a relatively good map for grinding for both of these great ones. And the reason I say that is because the new great ones are going to be interesting. They're going to be a first for both of them in terms of the type of great one they are. We're getting a great one pheasant, which will be the first bird great one in the game. And we're also getting a great one red fox, which is going to be the first small game great one in the game. This is honestly the perfect way to introduce
of killing my sister.
Smaller great ones. I told you guys probably a couple years ago, and many times after that if they ever wanted to introduce a small game great one, they needed to do multiple at once. And that's exactly what they're doing in this update right here. We're getting 2 brand new great ones, with one of them being a bird and the other being a fox, which is going to be super cool. Something interesting to note about the 2 new great ones is they mentioned that this time around, they're not going to show us any of the variations. They're going to tell us what the great ones are, with that being pheasant and Red Fox, and they're just going to let us go out there and try to discover all the variations ourselves. And you know, there's been some concerns in the past with them not revealing great ones and then letting the community find them and then modders trying to find them. But the thing is, it's really not too big of a concern, and I'm going to tell you why. Sure, of course, there's the concerns that people have, and they're justified concerns about the possibility that modders could get to the great ones before somebody who's playing the game legitimately. But in all reality, when these updates hit, it breaks any existing mods that people may be cheating with, and it usually takes at least like 4, 5, 6 days for those mod developers to update their mods to make them work with a brand new patch. So we will have a few days where we won't have to worry about cheaters finding these new great ones, and we can just get out there and try to get them ourselves. Now, obviously, it's not a perfect thing. There's always a chance that somebody that's cheating may end up getting their mods updated soon and spoiling the great one for everybody that's playing the game the normal way. But we should have at least a few days before that happens, so we're going to have to go crazy during the first, like, probably 3 to 5 days of this release to try and get at least a few of the new Great One variations throughout the whole community. And you guys know that I'm going to be going crazy trying to